Here we
Um,
go.
is
All right.
recording?
Yep.
Sweet. Hey everyone. Um, we're Frank Mona,
Hello,
the band. I'm Nico.
I'm Dom.
I'm Ben.
And yeah, we're gonna be answering a few questions for like an interview thing, but obviously we can't really be close to each other right now
Yep.
because of COVID-19. Yeah, so we're just gonna be answering these questions.
Let's do it.
All right. First question, the history of each band member and how the band met each other and came together.
Well, we go back about 6 years, or our band goes back about 6 years. We've been friends since like
12.
early, little tights when we were little tights. And so, but we started the band at around grade 5 and 6, because I played drums,
Yeah.
he could play guitar, and then we got Ben on bass. So it just sort of worked out.
I feel like,
Yeah.
we've like known each other,
We've been like,
all the like three of us since like kindergarten. So like 5 years, 6 years before we started playing. Some good chemistry
yeah, we
there.
always thought it would be super cool to be in a band and like start a band, and we always
Right.
kind of like talked about it and like
Like
joked around.
all little
Oh,
kids
we should be in a
do.
band.
But
And then like in grade 6, Dom's dad was in a band, right? And he plays a lot of music. So he's got a bunch of equipment, drums, singing stuff, guitar stuff, and we figured why not start a band like in grade 5 and grade 6. And so we started a band. It was the first time we did it was to play for our music class, I think, if I
yeah,
remember
at a
correctly.
talent show for the music class.
Yeah, it was like a mini talent show in our elementary school. And we played for our music class. And we were, yeah, and then there was the grade 6 grad that was organized by a bunch of parents and friends and stuff. And they got us to play. And that was like our first like bigger thing in front of like a decent amount of people.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's us.
Okay, how long have you guys been playing together? Yeah, 6 years.
I already answered that.
And
yeah.
counting.
For people who don't already know about you, what genre of music would you classify yourself as, and who are you most influenced by?
I feel like we probably classify ourselves as like alternative rock. Kind of
Yeah, more or less.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then kind of who we're most influenced by. I feel like between the three of us, there's kind of stuff that comes in, like from individually.
Yeah, from each person.
Yeah.
As a band, we I'd probably say like the Strokes
You can
are
hear
a
the
really big one.
Strokes. Yeah, and like a bit of Weezer, I think.
Weezer, yeah, Muse. Yeah, just those kind of alt rock, kind of not like the new alt rock kind of
Like,
scene,
kinda
but
ni-
like the older kind of like 2000s,
like
90s
90s.
alt rock,
Precisely.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your ultimate 4-band bill to play on?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll just each choose one band, I guess, including us.
Yeah.
So 4,
Including us. I'm gonna say so 3. We choose 3. That's yeah.
Ben.
Oh. Here, come back to me. Come back to me.
All right.
We'll go Nico. We'll go Nico.
I think I'd have to go with The Cure. I think that would be super cool. I really like The Cure.
That's a good one. I'd gotta stay Canadian. Arcade Fire.
Stay
'Cause they
Canadian.
Nice.
Amazing.
I feel like be cool to share a bill with like Foo Fighters. Somebody.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a good one. That would be our dream.
Ultimate 4.
Sure.
That's the ultimate 4.
We
It would be
complete
Frank
the four.
Mona, the Foo Fighters, Arcade Fire, and The Cure.
I don't know who wouldn't come to that.
That'd be a show to behold.
Mhm.
All right. who inspires you locally / internationally, and who are you fans of in the local music scene?
Well, over the past few years, I guess we've made some pretty good friends in the local scene, and I think I can speak for all of us when I say, people like Marcus Trummer, and his band, Gratuitous Platypus, and Exit Division, just to name some. Those
Yeah,
those guys have definitely. Um, I think I'm impressed with how just their drive to really um, get better as musicians and just perform. Recently,
yeah,
or not
exactly.
recently, but we played a show hosted by Exit Division, and they continue to run their own shows. And Marcus Trummer has his own shows that he
Blues
hosts.
Can, yeah,
Yeah, so it's cool to see sort of how they're sort of making it in Calgary, and it's cool that we're
yeah,
friends with
and
them.
also, yeah, Gratuitous Platypus
Yeah,
is another big one. We actually got pretty close with them.
yeah,
We
yeah.
met them at one of the first gigs we did with Major Minor. It was like at this pizza place, and at first we like after we saw them for the first time, we were like, "Damn, these guys are like really good." We were like intimidated in a
Yeah,
sense
yeah,
by them, but then we kind of got to know them. We saw them more at like Major Minor gigs and at the Blues Can for the monthly jam things, and in the end, yeah, they invited us out to High River where they used to be, to play like a gig with them, and that was super cool. Now they're in Edmonton, like tearing it up in Edmonton.
yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, we love those guys.
for sure.
All right. What has been your favorite show / performance as a band? Where and when was it, and why was it your favorite?
Well, I feel like that King Eddie one, the first time I played the King Eddie, it's pretty memorable.
Yeah, that was a good
Yeah,
one.
It's
what was that?
it's like May.
Sometime in May 18th. I got a poster here. It says,
Oh,
Oh, you got the poster?
yeah,
you don't say.
yeah.
Nice.
No, that's a
nice.
good looking poster.
That was it. That was yeah. That was a Major Minor gig that we did with Gratuitous Platypus, and some other band that we know, Ephemeron, and it was really fun. We loved
Something
playing
funny?
at the King Eddie, and they it's like they have a really good sound system, and it was super organized and professional, and they actually paid us a decent amount, which was super cool.
Yeah.
And it was a super busy night too. There's tons of people, and everybody was super friendly and
Yeah.
stuff. And it was just one of the best gigs.
Yeah.
Probably, the best gig that we've ever played as a band.
The crowd was
Super
good,
fun.
and so was the rest of the bands on the bill. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
Good environment.
was a good night.
Okay. What local artists would you like to collaborate or perform with?
Well, we mentioned some names earlier. I feel like someone who seems pretty musically diverse would be Marcus Trummer. I feel like we can a lot would
Yeah.
Pretty sick, yeah.
that'd be a cool
Yeah, Marcus
collab.
Trummer would be super cool.
Or some of the boys from High River, it's like Gratuitous Platypus.
Yeah, Gratuitous
Yeah.
Platypus.
Would be
Those guys.
could make some cool music.
Yeah, that would be super cool. Okay. How would you describe your songwriting process? Could you take some time to describe your latest recording? What were your goals going into the recording process?
All right.
All right, let's start with songwriting process.
Yeah. So
We mostly write the music first. I mean, these first 4 are EP that we released like a month or 2 ago. Excerpt A was just 4 songs. It was like the first 4 songs that we really liked that we've made, right? So and in all those songs we kind of made the music first, like from like a riff or just like an idea of it, and then everybody kind of adds on and we figure out the verse, chorus and stuff, and that's worked pretty well for us.
Yeah.
And then Dom would think about the lyrics and stuff and have them over the music, and then we kind of finish it off. And yeah, I think that's really what we've done for all of the songs, and we're writing a new song right now, and we did that again. And yeah, I think it works pretty well. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I mean, we definitely like the end product of that sort of system. So, like we've talked about writing a song by starting with the lyrics, but we find we just spend most of our time like we do the majority of the time when we practice together. It's a lot of jamming and just kind of improvising and finding stuff that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, just a lot of songs come out of that. About it.
But yeah, we're gonna, we got time. We can experiment.
Yeah.
Probably try different ways of writing and stuff. But that's just been what we've done this
That's
past
what's worked.
EP.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you take some time to describe your latest recording? Ben?
It was very
It's right in your wheelhouse.
very DIY. We did it in Dom's basement.
Yep.
Because he had the drum kit and like the soundboard for the mics and stuff. And then we got someone that we knew to come in with more equipment to record. And we basically just insulated like Dom's basement so the sound was a little more kind of like cushioned and it wasn't bouncing off walls. So it was just to get a better sound. And we just kind of recorded everything on the floor together and with this guy that we brought in to bring with the equipment and just kind of wanted to get stuff recorded so we can put stuff out there on those kind of streaming platforms. And I think the goal with that was just to get stuff out and have a clean recording that's nothing too special, but just something we can share with people.
Yeah, and like the reason
I'll go.
Because he's got it.
Go ahead.
But we really wanted to capture like the sound of sort of what the essence of that the songs have when you play them live, just like the energy, and we wanted to get that as best as we could on the recording. So that's definitely I think we kept that in mind when we were sort of when we were getting them recorded. That was
and like a big idea in my first EP. The reason why we called it Excerpt A is because it's not really like an album, in like it's not, the songs aren't really connected like musically or thematically.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like our first few songs.
Just like our first batch. Yeah.
Right.
Because we wrote them.
First batch
a lot of the songs were pretty like spaced out in the times we wrote them.
Yeah.
So we have some pretty.
We wrote.
Hey Pepe was like very
our
early.
first song like September 2019. No, like 2018 September is probably when we wrote that. We wrote the last song, Can't Move, our newest one, last summer.
Yeah. And then it came out. And then we recorded it in the fall of 2019. And then we released it, New Year 2020.
March 5th.
Yeah.
March 5th?
Around then. March 8th, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. What were your goals in the recording process? Going into the recording process? I think we touched on that already. Just getting a clean recording, capturing what it sounds like live. Just really what we wanted to. We wanted to, because we really liked those songs when we played them live, right? We didn't want anything really special with recordings, like any new kind of sonic things, right? We just wanted to capture how we felt about when playing it together live and how what it sounded like. All right. What do you think about the current state of the music industry, streaming, etc.?
Well, I know a lot of people in our age group that are, it's just it's easier than it was before to just actually put your music out there. On the internet, just on streaming services. I know a bunch of people that are on like SoundCloud now, a bunch of people I know. And it's just easy to get your music out there, but at the same time that would make it harder to get the attention that you that you would want, I guess. Just the recognition and yeah. So there's just a lot, but
Yeah, it's easy to give people the ability to listen to your music,
yeah,
right? Like so many people around the world right now could be listening to our music,
yeah.
right? If they
It's
just
just
searched it up
possible.
on
Yeah.
Spotify, they could listen to it, right? But it's still really hard to get those people to actually want to listen to it or know about it, right?
Yeah, and that's where it gets hard, especially, and it's just because there's so much, um, it's hard to break free from just the bubble that
Yeah.
everybody's in, you know?
Yeah.
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 What sort of obstacles do you feel are in the way of young/emerging artists in Calgary?
Well, I mean, it's tough because there's not many organizations like Major Minor Music Project that are putting together these all ages shows where young people, I guess under 18, can actually perform. Because if you're under 18, you know, there's limitations to where you can perform, and the majority of like decent places are, I think you would need to be an adult, I guess. But it's just, I think if we had more programs or venues that the Major Minors offering and putting on, um, I think it would benefit the community very well.
Well, I
But
feel like
I'm just thankful we have this program that we can actually perform with and that they put on shows.
Yeah.
yeah, like I feel like going back to the last question of how easy it is to like put music out and like to share it, like the obstacle that like young people face typically is like finding the venues to create a following so that people know about you
Yeah,
and
for
then
sure.
they can go
Yeah,
a further
exactly.
step
Yeah,
and
it's hard.
share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I
Cool.
thought you guys said that really well. What are some things that you feel would make it easier for you as a young artist? I think, yeah, more support for all ages gigs.
Like more
I think
venues.
because there's a huge, more venues that do
Just
all
more
ages gigs.
opportunities.
Because there is a decent amount of opportunity for over 18 people, right, or bands. But as a young artist, I think there is a decent amount in Calgary because of Major Minor, the effort that Graham McKenzie has been
Yeah.
putting in, but I think there's still a long way to go.
Yeah. Baby steps.
Okay. Baby. Yeah. And art agencies are adequately and or appropriately supporting homegrown musicians. I think that in Calgary, they are doing a pretty good job actually with like the Bell Music Center and all the music programs that they have, right? And down Inglewood, in Inglewood, there's tons of venues and stuff for artists, young artists that are super into music and stuff. So I think Calgary's actually doing a super good job at that.
Yeah, for sure.
Agreed.
Okay.
Next question.
Do you feel there are a sufficient amount of programs for artist development in Alberta? I think, I just, like in the last question, it was pretty similar. I touched on that. I think Calgary is doing a really good job at that, especially, like downtown and just supporting local young musicians. There's tons of super cool venues in Calgary. Again, there's the problem of the fact that you can't play after 9 unless you're over 18.
Yeah.
Right? But I think they're doing a pretty good job with both Major Minor too.
Yeah. Well said.
Okay. And then final question. Do you feel that you have been positively impacted by having an all ages nonprofit in Calgary? Can you explain why or why not?
I mean, we wouldn't be here if there wasn't.
Yeah.
So 100% yes. I mean,
I think Major Minor brought us from doing like a yearly gig at a pool in our community, right, or playing at some events for our family and friends, right, to actually playing gigs at really cool venues like the Ship and Anchor, the King Eddie, the Rec Room, right, really big professional venues, right, that we would never have had the chance being like 14, 15, playing covers, right? It really pushed us to actually start taking it kind of seriously and seeing what we can. Right? We're thankful to Major Minor and Graham McKenzie because they've brought us like where we are now.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's just made us better musicians, I think, in general.
Yeah. Opens a lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and we've made a ton of relationships, like we mentioned before, with people that we met at these gigs,
Yeah.
right through Major Minor. So I think I'm super grateful for that.
And it's just cool that we're in like a scene in Calgary of people our age that are just making music. It's really cool. It's a cool thing to be a part of.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all the questions
That's it.
there. We're Frank Mona.
Thanks for
You can
watching.
Find us on Instagram at Frank Mona Band.
Yep.
Or we're on Spotify. Just search up Frank Mona. We've got our new EP out, Excerpt A, 4 songs.
Stream it.
Yeah, give it a listen. See what you think.
All right.
Stream it.
Cool.
All right.
On YouTube too.
All right.
Bye.
You don't need to.
Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.